Alright guys, welcome back to another video. Wow. What a month it's been. It's been a month since I even recorded that first episode of Process the Profit, and that's just because as life tend to do, it was just kicking my ass. March was a very hard month. Not necessarily, trading wise a little bit, but just personal life, just some issues with trying to manage everything, personal problems, family complications and stuff, all the things that a human being has to go through the trials of. And we lived. It's April 8th now. It's very late in the morning. I'm going right to bed after this. It's April 8th right now. And wow, what a month March was. As we know in my last video, I ended it passing the funded account. Very, very massive. That was amazing. What ended up happening? Your boy got a payout. I wanted to get this, I wanted to document getting this payout, but actually it felt like I was just trading in the zone. I felt like the GOAT of trading. Like I couldn't make a wrong move. I forget when I got this payout. I would have gotten this payout close to 5 days right after passing the eval, which I needed 5 profitable days, maybe 7 days. So it would have been the week after. It's been about 3 weeks. I've been struggling. I will not lie to you guys. I have been struggling on the charts. Now, I feel like I'm in a bit of a refinery stage, just kind of like speaking overall. But also, not being a super experienced trader and this war going on. You know how many times I'm in a trade and then I see a tweet, boom, market's up 100. Boom, market's down 100. I'm like, yo, what the I don't want to swear too much, but I'm like, what is going on? What is going on? I can't figure it out. So that's that's my copium for right now. Just look at this. This is not a normal price action. This is during the ceasefire getting announced, which I was telling my buddy at work, I'm like, yo, we should full port the ceasefire, either short it down or up. And, whoops, I just made a mistake. I wish they had oh wait, they do have a back button. Okay. And I actually kind of longed this a little bit. I did it with one micro. It was like a $50 trade, but I just wanted to test because before I was a day trader, your boy was actually a swing trader, to varying degrees of success. And it was pretty much all news reaction and stuff. So I bought actually. I actually bought around here and then I sold right around here. Just a tiny trade. It's like $50 or something, just to kind of feel it out. I was thinking about holding it overnight, but then I was like, if I wake up and we done something stupid like drop a nuke, or someone's like, oh, we're gonna nuke this person, that person, I don't really want to wake up and see that I'm completely stopped out for all my gains tomorrow. Because I would like to trade, and ultimately my main focus is developing this skill. Obviously, I got the payout. I've been struggling. Had the Alpha Futures accounts, and now I'm actually, so I have a past Alpha Future accounts, which I'm still on that same account. I haven't blown it. I feel like my risk management in terms of being smart and being disciplined, like, hey, I'm not going to revenge trade, I'm going to take 2 trades a day, is pretty spot on. What I did do is I bought a Tradeify 50K select account. That's the option with the daily payouts, and that has been awesome, or kind of awesome, varying degrees of success. I'm about at 50,800. So realistically, I'm 2 good trades from passing, because I have account copy trading and 2xing my funded. So I'm 2 good trades away from passing. I'm also 2 bad trades away from doing the opposite of passing, which is blowing the eval. But I really want to either pass it or blow it pretty soon, because the subscription fees coming up. I think Sunday actually. I'm gonna bring it back to my scene just so y'all don't see my bank info. But I think the subscription fees actually coming up on Sunday, and they don't even have. Well, they went away with their subscription model, so I could just blow this account and then buy an account that isn't going to charge me a subscription fee. Let me pull up TradeSync too while we're here, because I bought TradeSync, which pretty fun. I like the journaling that it keeps there. But your boy's just been going through varying degrees of success. Like, I feel like I'm in this kind of like refinery stage. It's a little frustrating. Been journaling every day. I need to be watching more videos philosophy wise, because I think that's probably the thing that I'm like getting my ass kicked on is my own philosophy. Oil investments tomorrow. Nothing really big news wise. Let's see. Did that even copy trade that trade I did today? Oh, it did. Okay, so. Oh, it's end of day balance. That'll bring up. Looking at billing. Yeah, my payments in 4 days for a new funded. Well, they would just charge this account again, which the billing is going to be as much. 412. 412 is this upcoming Sunday, if I'm not mistaken. So they're going to charge me $110 to keep this funded. Now, if I'm one trade away, I will do that. But if I'm not really making any progress, I'm just going to cancel that and buy a new account and just kind of refresh, because we're talking about paying that fee anyways. Yeah, it's $99 right now for a one-time purchase of an account. $99. Instead of paying $111 to get this account. So yeah, my eval is at 50,800. My past account is at 50,358. Both I have about $1,500 of drawdown on the eval. So inshallah we don't take a really bad day tomorrow. And then I have about $1,000 of drawdown on the actual funded. What I didn't know about the funded at the time, well, I knew they had the 10% I knew they had their consistency rule, which looking back on it kind of stinks, bro. But then B, what's really killing me, you can only request 50% of your payout. So I did all that work, ran up that $500, and then only got 50% of my actual payout, which is like, chat, what? Why am I doing this work and then only seeing 50% of the fruit? I was kind of frustrated, because it was like $1,000 payout, and it's not even about the money. It's about, I just want what I felt was like rightfully mine. Right now my main goal is kind of passing that Tradeify eval and just kind of going from there and trying to rebuild and everything. So I want to start doing more trade reviews. I got to get better at that, build that consistency. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to apologize for being such a butt and not making the videos like I should have been making. And coming back, I want to show you all the dashboard real quick. So I reset my dashboard on TradeSync just from last week, this week. See, this is just me getting my ass killed, which, again, I'm not having like the absolute like worst days. Like, keep in mind, I'm trading 100K, right? 2 accounts. This was a pretty bad day. This was kind of rough. I don't even know what was happening here, but this was a pretty big loss. I don't really remember the following day. It was just tiny. Oh, I was actually kind of revenge trading this day. No, I accidentally submitted this trade, and then I submitted a trade less than 15 minutes later for the correct move I wanted to make. Let's look here. This was my only good day last week. Keep in mind we had a holiday last week, so I didn't get to trade all the days. So yeah, this wasn't bad. It was a $800 win. We take those. So if I took that, I'd actually be profitable on the week again. Monday was a rough day. Keep in mind, show some of the Asia action here. So like these aren't all my actual trades that I was making during New York. I remember this. This seemed like it had good risk to reward, so I took it and got stopped out in 8 seconds. This was actually not a bad trade. but it was almost kind of like just me trying to get back from that one I lost earlier in the day. And then we have today. I did trade that Asian session, so yeah, I made $30, $60 here, so up about 100, almost. Woo! Took this trade today. So what I did today is I was in on this for a long time. I traded free minis. We got a weird pullback. Risk to reward was all whacked out of shape. I went down 230. I should have cut the loss at like 100. Like, it went up. It got close to hitting my stop loss, like 4 points away. It would have been 20 points down on free micros, this was. And it got pretty close. Like, I'll be honest, it was kind of close. I should have cut it when it was negative 100 because it rebounded a little bit. I didn't, unfortunately. We went down negative 230, so not the worst thing in the world. You can see it's 450 here. Bah. You know what I mean? We made it up a little bit. This trade again, I don't know what I was doing. I was up like 300, didn't cut it, and only took away about 122 profit. If I would have taken that 300, I actually would have been profitable on the day. Shoulda, woulda, coulda, but I didn't. Yeah, I was up 300, and this would have been 600 then, because it's trading my 2x. Whatever. Main part is I understand, like, my strategy is good. My entries are generally good. Like, I feel like my entries, like, the bias of the entries, I think, hit almost 95% of the time. My main issue is the refinery, my stop loss, my trailings, my take profit. That's what's killing me right now. But we'll do a trade review tomorrow. We're back. We are back. Peace out, guys. Alrighty, guys. I'm back with the promised update. And I blew an account. No, okay, so I know yesterday we were talking about how I really needed to, like, have a good day, otherwise I was gonna, like, blow the account, you know? No, seriously, so I took a bad trade, and I'm at the point where, like, okay, well, my subscription's gonna come up before I can pass the account, just due to consistency. I'm like, let's either try to make it back, and if we can't make it back today, just blow it. Kaboom! Blown. And that's exactly what I did. So, I'm refining the strategy still. Let's talk about that trade I made. Make sure I have no compromising tabs open at the moment that are going to dox me. And let's look. Okay, scene 2. Whoa, where's my face? Where's my face, guys? This is the most professional service that you get on YouTube. You get the most professional. You can see my cursor. 1 second. Una momento. My face is coming. I know I'm so beautiful. Because I have it. I just had it. Bang. Oh, that's a lot of face. Okay. We're back. Let's talk about that trade then. As you can see, it's actually, can I go in the bar replay? We can. I know the exact trade I took. Okay. Market opens. Fun. Skip forward. First thing I see is shorts. I'm like, dope. Now, what I think I'm going to start doing is taking the first trade in the morning. Like the first trade I see, because I know a lot of people that do it. I think a lot of like professional traders do that, and also my buddies do that. Like, if I would have taken this trade, this would have been fine, like completely and utterly fine. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let's put 10 contracts here just to give us an idea. So like, oh, don't do that to me. Is this okay? I'm back testing. Good. Count blown. Okay. Whoa, 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 whoa. We are not where we want to be. Guys, I ain't the smartest guy when it comes to the charts. Here, let's exit this and let's go back because I want to show you guys why I'm going to start changing up the philosophy a little bit. Just ever so slightly. Like, same strategy and everything, but after kind of thinking about it, why am I doing this to myself? You know what I mean? Today's Wednesday, or was Wednesday. Okay, yeah. So this is what we were looking at. Perfect. Okay. So we get this impulse down when the market opens. Guys, I'm a freaking technical wizard. Up, we get the real impulse, which is down. Down a little more. Down more. None of these I would have really taken. No good rejection or anything. Then we get a little bit of a rechase. And this is kind of what I call respect. You know what I mean? This is respect of... This kind of looks like respect. We didn't get equal lows. But let's say I would have taken a trade here. And this I probably would have because, this is a big wick down. We tap into a lot of this action we just made up. So let's say I entered shorts, sell, stop loss 250. That's actually pretty reasonable. And I probably would have targeted, right around here. If anything, maybe I would have done even a little bit more just because I know resistance is here, before the break of resistance. But just to be safe, I'll target this. And this trade would have hit. Which is why I'm maybe I should just be taking the first impulse in the morning. What I actually took was way, way worse. So, let's keep going. That's what I wish I would have taken. Okay, perfect. It was... I entered on this candle. My thought process is impulse down, right? We get an impulse down. Major impulse. New low. And this kind of broke a lot of the lows that we saw from, other sessions like Asian and London. This is a good low. I'm okay, cool. Let's enter here. That looks like rejection. We closed beneath both EMAs that crossed down. So I entered. Boom. Stop loss was, this is kind of a high stop loss. And keep in mind on the eval was double, you know what I mean? Because it was trading that double. And this is only one mini. And this is what I was kind of targeting over here. Boom. And let's watch how this trade plays out for me. Actually, I remember moving this up even a little bit more. Let's just watch how this plays out. Consolidating. Oh my god, dude, I was low-key tripping balls. I had so many opportunities to break even, take out. I didn't take them. I didn't take them. It hit my stop loss. And this was the point where I'm okay, well, it's already cooked. Let's just keep trading and see what happens. I forget what actually happened, but... Or all the other trades I made, because they were low-key just, bullshit. They were just, hope and wing and prayer stuff of, They were just nothing. Meaningless trades. So, that's the trade I lost today. Overall, I don't even think it was really bad. But, there's so much, movement that, actually picks a direction right when the market opens. So I'm let's just start taking that first trade in the morning. We don't have to worry about 10 o'clock reversals like this. Because I do notice that price does, reverse around 10 o'clock. I mean, even then, there wasn't, any trade you could have... I mean, I could have taken this, I bet. Yeah, I could have taken, these guys here, because we get crosses up, and then pullbacks. This is really nice, actually, because this is technically double... Yeah, this I would consider double confluence confirmation, because we get closure... Well, we get rejection of resistance, which I have to go back and redo some of my resistance lines, which I'm going to do right after this video before I go to bed, and I don't even have a watch on, so I don't know why I'm checking. But no, I actually probably would have taken these trades, if I wasn't such a dumb guy in the morning. And these would have hit. I mean, it's like a 10-point trade. It's actually pretty nice. Could have done continuations too, but we didn't. We blew the account, so we will give you guys another trade update tomorrow. I'm honestly not afraid of blowing accounts. Like, I'm in that learning phase. I know I've already done it before. Like, I've gotten a payout, and I've seen statistics. If you get a payout, you're in the top 3.5%. I know I can get back there. I gotta fix my mind, guys. That's it. So I will give you guys that trade recap in the morning. If I'm not super chopped and groggy, I might even record it. But have a good night, y'all. Alrighty, guys. As for promised, it is 11 o'clock. I actually took my trade hours ago, but then I had some work. I wanted to get done. Honestly, I did not sleep well last night, so I took like a 20-minute power nap too. That's why you got my chopped hair. Because I'm about to go to work soon, actually, so I'm going to do a little workout before I go. So I wanted to make this nice, simple, and quick. So let's talk about the trade we made today. Alrighty. We'll ignore that. Pre-market, consolidating, not really any trends. Let's actually see if I can go in the replay mode so I can... I want to go through this pretty cool. All I'm going to say, preluding to me actually reviewing the trade, your boy took a win. Your boy took a freaking W today. So let's go through it. Okay, market open, boom. Impulse up. We get a new high, and what I liked about this high once it plays out, actually broke some previous highs, just like ever so slightly. Like it broke this one. Yeah, and it broke I remember it broke all the rest of these guys too. Like, I was trying to point my finger. It broke this high, all of these highs, which we saw earlier. Broke like the pre-market London sesh. This might have been actually open during London too, because I know they changed their time recently. But it broke whatever the London high would have been. And that tells me that that's the first impulse, which means, based on what we were talking about yesterday, I wanted to trade the first impulse. You can see we kind of flutter down. And which candle did I actually enter on? Okay, I'm too far ahead. Will let me? Hello? Bar. Okay. So we get that high. Then we're doing like a small retracement. Didn't enter on this candle. Even though like I could have. First of all, risk to reward is just awful. That's why we're not entering. Second of all, doesn't like ever really close around EMA 20. Like we get a wick through it, but doesn't close around. And I'm happy I didn't enter because we would have got stopped out. What I really wanted at the retest was EMA 50 and this resistance line, which it did. I entered on this candle. Well, actually, technically I entered on this candle while it was going down a little bit. So I actually had like a pretty good entry. Risk to reward was fine. I think it was about 400 to 560. So positive risk to reward. And then you can see for a while, like, it's a little shaky. It really was. I'm not going to lie to you. I want to see the whole thing play out because I remember we got a low that was pretty low. Okay, no. Let's go back a little bit more because now I'm refreshed all the way. So let's pretend I bought a trade here. Say about here. Sure. Let's say about here because I'm in back. I made more than this. Well, I was also trading two minis. So let's just do this for the sake of argument because I actually made 560. I was trading two minis. I wish my entry was here. It would have been more money. And I was kind of generous on the stop loss, honestly. And as we can see, this didn't worry me that much because this really wasn't that, like, this was actually kind of close to hitting my stop loss on the real trade. It was actually kind of close. We're at 680, 1075. This goes down 2 more ticks. I've been learning, give my stop losses at least a whole point of breathing room, because it might retest, but like it retests and then it goes all the way back up. And then we don't really get anything other than like that as far as going down majorly. This candle here is what kept me faith to like not do the trade and break even, because we made new highs. We made new highs and we closed really high too. So this I actually consider like another rejection. In fact, this is actually a better rejection than the one that I actually entered the trade off of. And my buddy, I was on a phone call with my buddy at the time. He was like, "You're greedy with your take profit," because my take profit was testing the highs that we just made. I'm like, no, this is my strategy. Like, I'm going to test the highs. Like, I think if price is going to move up, it's going to want to test the highs again, which it did. I thought that was like a perfect take profit. So that actually ended me 560 up on the brand new eval. I will take that severely. I will severely take that. So that's my trade recap for today. Obviously, got one more trading day, tomorrow being Friday. Don't even know if I'll trade. I want to see what the market looks like and what news comes out. News has been so hard to kind of navigate through this whole mess. Is it really? There's no way it's 11:50. Maybe it is. News has been hard to navigate. So is the whole world. It is 11:50. Okay. But yeah, this was the trade we took today. Overall, I think it was really good. Positive risk to reward. It did hit. It took those highs out. And then we went down, which actually this would have stopped me out if I was still in the trade. But overall, the market actually went up today. So this was probably like a 5-minute pullback. Yeah, this would have been a nice trade to take too. This impulse all the way down, and then this rejection off this EMA 50 off the EMA 50. That would have actually been a nice trade to take, because then we get new highs and continuation. So, trade recap. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. What a few days it's been, guys. What a few days it's been. Recording this, it is now Sunday, the 12th. This will be the last update for this little condensed little vlog. I'm still figuring out like how I want to, actually do these and format these, but I want to document this, right? Because like that's the main idea, is the documentation. So, we're working on it, right, guys? Like, I'm doing my best, really. I am doing my best at trying to figure out how I want to format this, but then also in life too. Like, it's been a crazy few weeks. And maybe it doesn't feel like that for everyone, but like, given what's happening in the world right now, and then some things in my personal life, it has been a crazy few weeks. And yeah, I mean, that's all I'm going to say on that at the exact moment. I want to address that a little bit after we get into the actual trade review we took for Friday. So, let's do that first. I actually woke up to trade the session. I was going to trade that first impulse in the morning on the Friday, but I didn't, right? This was kind of a weird... Oh, wait, where's my face? Let's put my face back. There we go. Okay. This was kind of like weird, right? I mean, we had news in the morning. So that's what this long impulse was. Yeah, that's the news impulse. And then market opens immediately. Make an impulse not as high as a high, right? As we would have liked. And I was watching this very intently, because what I was thinking about doing is, I based off the rejection model I kind of understand. Like this is a rejection candle, right? Because we're closing above resistance after like kind of a weak, like a really, really weak pullback. And it looks actually weaker on the 5 minute too, right? Actually, the 5 minute sometimes doesn't make sense. I thought it was going to look weaker on the 5 minute. The 5 minute sometimes does not make sense, but we get like a really weak pullback, clear rejection and closure above resistance. This is the thing about trading resistance-based things that I've noticed is like you don't know where the new low is going to be sometimes. And like that can be tricky, right? Like, because likely if I was in this trade, I would have made some money, but I would have probably been testing these highs probably right around here, and I would have got stopped out, and that wouldn't have been fun. But this would have been a nice trade to take based off the rejection model. But the other thing is like it's 15 points, guys. Like this is New York Open, and we're like getting these candles for 15 points at New York Open. Like I felt like it was kind of small, and based on like what was happening, I did not want to trade this at all. I wanted to wait for a clear defined impulse. Trade that, like my whole new thing I'm trying to get into is trade the first pullback, right? So like trade on that first impulse. This to me does not really look like an impulse. I mean, you get a tiny impulse here. But this is not my ideal look of an impulse. Like then like even the down and then the up too, like even though these would have been, I was looking at the trade too, these kind of would have been nice because it retest like that's basically I traded rejection and retest theory. But yeah, this whole like setup here just does not look clean to me. Like I don't want to associate brother seriously, like, I don't associate it. And on the 5 minute, you're like, whoa. You're talking about having massive stop losses and stuff. Like, this is icky, brother. Ugh. So, let's get into the trade I actually did take on Friday that I didn't think I was going to take. Again, retest of highs, and then we get an impulse down. This looks like an impulse. Like clearly, and this is also sometimes why I don't like taking the rejection model off the resistance. Is like this by the logic of taking this could have stopped me out, but whatever. And that's why I didn't take the trade, right? Because I kind of felt like I knew what I was looking at. So let's actually look at the trade I did take. We're just continuing this impulse down. And then, bam. This is the exact kind of stuff I'm looking for. Continue the impulse down. Really, we get equal lows here, right? Twice. So, like, this is a defined low to me. The only thing that's kind of scary is it looks like rejection. But on the, like, not rejection. It looks like consolidation here. But on the 5 minute, like, it doesn't look nearly as bad. So that's kind of what I'm trying to go for. I'm trying to use the 5 minute and 1 minute in tandem. The 1 minute is really good for finding those really, really pinpoint entries. And what I'm trying to learn how to do is how do I manage my entries? Like, I want to enter off the 1 minute, manage off the 5 minute, if that makes sense. Okay, let's wait. So I actually didn't take it yet. This trade yet. We waited, and this was actually the trade I took. This is actually when I entered. So we get this massive impulse down, right? This is kind of a big impulse up, but then, like, again, equal highs at this EMA, and really what I was waiting for is, like, first of all, this was bigger than the previous candle, and this broke the previous low on the candle before, which just gave me more reason. Like, even these were testing equal spots, but okay, so this broke the previous candle's low, and then it did like some damage through this this EMA 20 line, and that to me, considering with the closure, I'm like, okay, that's a pretty good entry. I wouldn't say A+, but it was pretty good. So let's do short, and I was trading only 1 mini. Had my stop loss here, so like this is actually pretty nice. Oh, yeah, like, this was a too many trade. Magnificent. Magnificent. And let's talk about why I wasn't super thrilled with what I did. Obviously, wasn't wrong about this trade. I do not like when this in particular happens. Like, taps in, and then it kind of, like, goes up and just kind of, like, consolidates. Now, I took out of this trade right here. Yeah, this was actually the exact moment I took out of the trade, right? Because I didn't know if we were going to break this low that we made. And it was kind of scary, like, just being in this. It was dumb. I should have stayed in the trade. Because what I should have realized, right, is this almost looks like another rejection. And we also didn't we didn't break any previous highs. I think it goes back up a little bit. But ultimately, yeah, it did take profit. And I remember, like, just being such an idiot. Like, I left on, I think it was this candle we were talking about. I remember watching it. I'm like, oh my God, it's reversing. It's reversing. I was right. I'm the GOAT. I know how to do risk management. And then it obviously declines. But what I should have done is, first of all, use logic. Like, sometimes I'm not an emotional trader when I lose anymore. Like, I don't revenge trade. It doesn't piss me off. But, like, I get emotional when I'm winning, which is the big issue in itself. So I'm just sitting here and I'm like, oh my God, like $125. That's what I'm gonna go make at my day job, you know, like in 6 hours of work. Like, I gotta take that money. I gotta take my cheese and dip out. But what I'm trying to do is, because that's a lot of noise, right? Is I want to start managing the trade based off the 5 minute, because if I saw this is a lot more calm. You know what I mean? This is so much more calm. I wouldn't have, like, tripped at all. I would have been like, okay, well, you know, we didn't break new highs. So, like, why would I have why would I have left this trade? So, like, I want to enter off the 1 minute, right? Because we find this entry, which is good. But manage based off the 5 minute, because there's so much less noise. And ultimately, let's watch the trade play out. Yeah, it hits take profit. And actually, for a while, did we get, like, a really low? No. Does it bounce? See, yeah, I got off the market at this point, so I just want to see how this played out. Wow, that's some massive structure over that resistance line. See, this is what tells me that the resistance lines are working. Rejection. Bro, like, that looks like an active line to me, you know what I mean? And then obviously this is now Sunday. But, like, and what I'm trying to do is enter on the 1 minute, manage off the 5 minute. Whoa. Sometimes the 5 minute's terrifying too, but, like, this is beautiful on the 5 minute. There is no noise here. You know, what I should be doing is, yeah, managing off that 5 minute and the 1 minute, right? Because sometimes it can get scary. And also just not use my logic, like, or not use my, I need to use my logic. Not use my emotions when I'm winning a trade. And that's the trade review for the most part. What are we at actually right now on the account? We're at about 50,600. I need to make 53,000 basically to pass the account. I have unlimited time. It's not a monthly eval, so I have no pressure as far as time goes, and I am confident in my ability to manage large amounts of money. And even if I blow it, it's like, so what, right? Does it even matter? I would gladly fail 1,000 different times on 1,000 different days if it means I got smarter, if it means I got better, you know? Seriously, 1,000 days I'd rather fail. Or, I mean, God, fumble my words. I'm trying to be inspirational here. But I do not fear failing for 1,000 days straight. I fear waking up and never failing for 1,000 days and never trying and never learning. And I know I'm 18, right? But I feel like I'm running out of time. It's terrifying. I feel like I need to make it now. And that goes hand in hand with everything else in the world, because it's a scary place out here. This is the world us as Gen Z inherited. And there's nothing I don't know what we can do to change that. As unfortunate as that is, I do not know what we can do to change the world, but I know we can change ourselves. And if enough of us change ourselves, we can change the world. So my number one goal is faith. Faith in God. Faith that God knows better than us. 2, just try. Literally give it 100%. I'm not afraid to drive myself insanity in the quest of greatness. Because, ultimately, I'm going to die regardless. I do not want to die without having experienced life to the full of its capabilities. And if I die without experiencing life to its fullest capabilities, I at least died trying. So, we'll see how I want to format these. I might do a little bit more kind of vlogging aspects. I have some cool cameras and I love shooting content. I don't know if my freaking monitor's farting or that's my stomach or not, but guys, going into this week, be kind, be graceful, be humble, and just try. That is all we can do. If we can do those 3 things, the world will be a better place. And even if we all can't do those 3 things, you watching need to do enough to make up for everybody else who doesn't. Just to keep sanity in order. So please, give it 100%, and I will see you guys next week. Peace.